Hello, water signs. Welcome back. This is your reading for the last half of February. This is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if you have Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces in any of those placements, then this reading could be for you. Please remember to never give your power away to a reading because you ultimately always can choose differently at any given moment in time, okay? That is your power of free will. If this reading does resonate with you and you want to take a deeper read, you want your own personal reading, all that information is in the description below. So without further ado, water signs, let's jump into your reading and find out what's in store for you for the last half of February. Okay, water signs, I started your reading and realized that my microphone was not plugged in, and when I went to go move, I realized, oh wow, I'm hitting the cord. Why am I hitting the cord? And so anyway, so we're starting it over. Clearly what had come through, and it wasn't that much, it was only maybe 2 or 3 cards I pulled, wasn't meant to be heard. So on we go. We'll see what comes out though. So I'm starting off a little bit differently. We're using the planet cards here. I'm going to be picking a planet card for you to see what energies, what planetary energies are really governing your reading here for the last 2 weeks of February, or perhaps what's governing you, what's kind of coming in. So let's just see here. What energies, what planetary ooh, well, of course. We have the moon. Your unconscious, sensitive inner emotions and responses. Well, for all my Cancers in the water signs, this definitely is you. So water signs, you are going into the unconscious. There's a lot of sensitive material in the unconscious that we're not always aware of. Inner emotions and responses. What is unknown? You know, the moon is about things that are hidden. It's about illusion. This also could be Pisces, because Pisces is the ruler of, you know, fantasy, illusion. This girl, she's just reflecting on the image of the moon on the water, but in the sky, it's eclipsed. Isn't that interesting? This card? But there is a sense of magic here. When we see the sparkling lights coming off the water, there is a sense of magic that is happening here. Oh, because the stars, oh, look at that. The stars on the, this is beautiful. This is about reflecting, but it's also an inverse reflection on this card. And of course, things are bigger, closer to where, like, they appear bigger than what they are. So, oh, interesting. Why is that coming in? You may be going through something that feels a lot bigger and more overwhelming than it actually is. Let's go into the Queen of the Moon Oracle to get a couple of emotions here that you, okay, wow, they came out real fast. You have purity and surrender. Wow. So instantly, I felt if any of you are feeling that you're overwhelmed by something, to go with it. Surrender to it. Don't fight it. Don't resist it. With the purity card coming up here, I get the sense that some of you are tapping into the purity of your own inner child at this time. There's something that has been hidden in the unconscious for you that wants to come out, and the message here is to surrender to it. And although you may feel overwhelmed by something that's happening right now, okay, if something is kind of stirring something up within you, it feels a little overwhelming, also know that there's a purity here that it's so, I feel like this is what's going to be there for you after. When we talked about, like, I'm being reminded of my February reading, The Black Transformer, when we're talking about obsidian and how it's volcanic glass and how it happens in the last stages of the eruption. It's formed and then there's stillness, and it talks about that idea of the void. And I get the sense that if you can surrender to this, you'll get a deep sense of purity and peace, okay, within you. That's kind of something that's available here to you. Let's go into the fairy oracle. Okay, there's one. Ooh, yeah, the fawn. The fawn is very mystical energy. Very mystical energy. Let's pull one more card here for you. You get one more card here for water signs for this, what's happening in the unconscious for them that they need to, wow. Singer of Courage. Two very similar looking cards. Very similar looking cards. So we have the Singer of Courage and we have the Fawn. You know, to me, this card, the Singer of Courage, is really representing this moon. The lights here on the water and then the stars up in the sky, this idea of magic. You know, I said that there's an element here of magic, and this fawn is very magical, mystical energy as well. So let's go into the Fairy Oracle to get a deeper read on these cards for you. We'll go into the fawn first and see if something's really standing out. You see, this fawn, when we think about a fawn, like I said, this is also speaking to just what I'm intuitively getting is the baby, the child, the young energy. Is going to provide a deep awakening or enlightenment of your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown chakra. Your inner child has some information here that's going to be quite magical for you. However, initially how it's coming in is quite scary. Hence why you need to have the courage to kind of go through this. You want to surrender. You see how like these cards fell on both sides. It's just a further confirmation for me to understand that there's something so pure and magical about this young inner child-ish type energy that wants to reveal something to you that has been hidden in your unconscious, but the feelings that are surfacing before you go in there is quite overwhelming. And the message here is to surrender and have the courage to surrender, to go within. Wow, it's very, very clear here to me. But we'll go into the book here, see if there's anything else that's kind of coming up. Okay. Natural wisdom, natural magic, and understanding the nature of nature is the fawn. Okay? To express the part of ourselves that dances in the moonlight with the fairies, sings to the dawn stars with the birds, and hums with the blossoming flowers. Wow! I love it when those little synchronicities come in. So, when we are caught up in believing in limitations imposed by ourselves or our culture, we inhibit the flow of energy, which is the melody of ecstasis song of the cosmos. Opening ourselves back up to that song can be a long and complex business. So your inner child is wanting to awaken that song of ecstasis within you. If you've been feeling kind of blah, a little bit kind of unsure, kind of stuck, I want to say, in your energy, this is going to unblock you. He or she is going to help unblock you by revealing something to you that really needs to come to the surface right now. Let's see here. Natural magic is happening when things flow almost effortlessly. It's a sign that natural magic is at work. The Don't try to control it. Don't try to push it. Just dance with it. Trust it. And keep returning to the source for inspiration to keep your heart filled with light. So if you find yourself kind of pulling away and wanting to go into more darker energy, to be reminded of that purity and playfulness and lightheartedness of the inner child, because that is a gateway for you at this time. Something here is trying to awaken within you, and it's going to have an effect on some of your intuitive abilities here, water signs, which you're so already in tuned with. So then we also have the Singer of Courage, which is pretty self-explanatory to me. It's about bravery, it's about sublimation of the fear, and it's about moral strength. Most people have decided by the age of 3 or 4 what they must do in order to survive. For this decision, this belief about how the world is, most of our fears and self-limitations grow. That's so interesting that these two cards have come up and they're talking about the exact same thing. So there's some sort of self-limitation that you're trying to overcome here. And facing it is stirring up a little bit of fear because there's something attached to it from your past that you need to become aware of so you can heal it and let it go. Have we the courage to discover and break through these limiting beliefs, awaken to greater possibilities, and go for our objectives? So if something's been hidden from you, just even in your outside world, okay, water signs, if something has been hidden from you, maybe you're working on something or there's a relationship that you're in and something just isn't coming to light, like you feel like something's being hidden from you. And I don't say that it's deceptively being hidden from you. It's just, you're not seeing it. You're not getting the clarity. There may be a part within you, okay, that you're not willing to see that's hidden within you. And so, or you're hiding, let me rephrase that. You are hiding a part of you that wants to be seen. Yes. Ooh. Water signs. Okay. And that is totally in alignment with this full moon that's just passed on the 8th. That because there was so much Leo energy in there and about feeling, the lion loves to be seen and it feels attractive and it's like very proud. But on the darker side of that moon, which I talked about in the alchemy program last night on our live call, is that if you haven't been feeling seen, there's a need to go into the inner child of where he or she feels unseen by you. And there's something there. So, water signs. Love it. And of course, coming up with the moon card after the full moon, I love it. So, okay, we have our first card here. Ooh, I love it. Okay, we've got the High Priestess coming out to start the whole reading. So again, this is about your intuitive nature, but this also talks about things hidden. This talks about the mystery of things. So something is definitely hidden here from you, water signs. Or you're hiding something of yourself from the world that really needs to be seen, but you're needing some courage to show it. And this High Priestess is coming up to further confirm that, but also I feel like the moon is very intuitive energy. It's very divine feminine. And the fawn here, there's like some sort of awakening happening through your upper 3 chakras, okay, your throat, your third eye, your crown here, that she also wants you to know that when you unblock yourself, when you unblock the inner part of whatever this blockage is on the inside, it'll open up your senses further. So more vision, more ability to speak. Perhaps it may even be channeling. And of course, your ultimate connection, the crown, opening up through the crown to the divine. So beautiful. So High Priestess, starting off this reading. Okay, what other messages do we have here for water signs? Oh my goodness. Wow. Whoa. Okay. You guys have 3 major arcana so far. So this is a big deal, okay? This is something huge for you. There's a big opportunity, I want to say. So you have the High Priest in reverse, which is the Hierophant in the tarot. And then we have the Hermit upright. So yeah, really needing to surrender, to go within. Now the High Priest in reverse can mean that you may need to go about things in an untraditional way. Okay, so trying something new that perhaps you haven't tried in exploring what's hidden. I'm hearing you are the authority. There is no authority above you that knows you better than you. And you have the ultimate gift here in revealing that. So when we talk about the High Priest upright, sometimes we look to a mentor, to a teacher. But this is telling me that you don't really need that right now. You are your ultimate mentor and teacher. You've got this. You just need to go within. And there may be something untraditional here in how you go about revealing what is hidden. I love it. Wow. Ooh, 2 of Cups just tried to come out. Okay, let's see. What other information, what other messages do we have here for water signs? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So deep need. If you water signs have been feeling that deep need to go within, so important at this time. Don't delay it. Have that courage to explore what feels like the deep calling within, calling for you to explore for some time now. Okay. I've got 3 cards. Wow. Another oh my gosh, you have 2 more major arcanas coming out here. We have the Temperance card, the Hangman in reverse, and the 4 of Pentacles. Wow. Water signs. What are you going through? No wonder you are feeling overwhelmed. This is big. This is really big. So I have to tell you, in the reading that I did right before, I realized my mic was not plugged in, the Patience card came up, and Temperance is all about patience. And the other card that came up was Vesta as your planetary card. And it's all about needing to go within, to really tune into your own deep calling, to what's the divine within you. So I'm really wow, those energies, even though the cards were different, the same energies were coming in for you. So we have the Hangman in reverse, which talks about finally getting a new perspective on something, okay? So this card's saying, have some patience, because there's divine work at play here. Okay, have some patience, because you will, if you go into the void, you will be tuning into some level of divinity within you. And you gain a new perspective. With the 4 of Pentacles, this idea of holding on. Interesting. You may need to let go of something here, water signs, because I'm not picking up that you need to hold on to something other than your faith, okay? Other than your own faith in yourself. But I also get the need that it's time to let go so that you can get this new perspective. Let go of the need to avoid this, and allow yourself to get this new and fresh perspective, okay, that you can only get by going within, okay? And then know that with a little bit of patience, this rainbows, this is the Archangel card. I just get the sense that there's definitely happiness that will emerge for you at this time. And of course, when we have another 4 coming up, 4s are all about stability. And I'm mentioning it because it's the only minor arcana card in your spread so far. Wow. Okay, what other messages do we have here for water signs? Wow, okay, so then we have the Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, inner child is not happy right now. Inner child is not feeling like it's able to communicate what it needs to communicate to you. It's trying to give you a message. That's just another confirmation there. Something's not getting through that needs to get through to you. What other messages do we have here for water signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Let's just, woo, yeah. So that happiness I told you, that rainbow, 10 of Cups. So this is related. There is a big tie here into your happily ever after, okay? There is the reason why you, I think, are feeling so overwhelmed and scared to go in here because it is tied into your happily ever after. And I mean, from the person who has no emotional ties to this, somebody's like, well, if it means getting what you've been like hoping for, like, why wouldn't you go into it? But oftentimes we're so scared of our actual dreams coming true because we're afraid we may screw it up, or once you have it, the loss afterwards could feel even worse. You know, like sometimes like it's better to never have it and not know what you lost. Like sometimes that's the mentality some of us have. And there is definitely an energy here that's tied into this is going to unlock your happily ever after. Okay? There is something here. So whether you are just going through your own personal journey, which all of you will be, this is definitely a personal journey, but it may just end there, or whether you're maybe in relationship with someone, in order to have this 10 of Cups here, you have to go inward. You have to heal something here, okay? Within you that is going to require a lot of courage. It's tied into your inner child. There is definitely a sense of magic happening here for you. I would definitely go into this because you have some sort of divine support, especially with the Temperance card coming up here. Your guides, you may have people around you that are very supportive for you at this time. But again, at the end of the day, the most important thing is to know that you're the authority on this. And don't be afraid to try something untraditional that you wouldn't be. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Take a risk. Don't be afraid to take a risk here. You're embarking on something here very new. Another major arcana card. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen so many major arcana cards in the reading. And I only pulled 10 cards. So there is, have the courage, take the risk, go within. This is going to open up something for you that is a new journey towards something that brings you so much fulfillment. Okay, it's your 10 of Cups. But you've got to go in and talk to this little girl or this little boy, okay, because he's not happy. He has something he needs to communicate with you. And it's really important for you. He's got to reveal, it's something that's going to reveal why you're creating something over and over in your life that doesn't give you 10 of Cups. Okay? It doesn't give you 10 of Cups. And like I said, this inner child is going to unlock your happily ever after. Okay, last card. Last card for water signs. Wow. Okay. Last card. What do we got here? What do we got? What's our final message here for water signs? Ooh. No, too many cards. just give us one card. I'll take two, but this one. Woo. Wow. Okay. Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah. This is just kind of, to me, you know, Queen of Cups is very much moon energy, but it's in reverse. It's interesting that she's falling here on this corner at the end, and you opened up with the High Priestess, which is very intuitive as well, obviously. So there's a block here around something that's very emotional. You've been blocking something emotional that really needs to come to the surface. Clearly, we have the moon here. And of course, Ten of Cups is all about like what makes you feel like happily ever after, right? And so let me just pull one more card on that Queen of Cups. Can I get one more card on the Queen of Cups to clarify just a little bit more depth here? But I'm getting the sense with it falling under the Hanged Man that you're going to get a new perspective on why you may feel. I get the sense that there's a level here within you that is, you know, sadness, feeling disconnected, not heart fulfilled. And this, I feel, water signs, is something of a repetitive pattern showing up in your life. And it's time to remove this pattern. It's time to rewrite over that program. There's a program from your past that your inner child wants you to know about, that you need to become aware of so that this stops happening. And I'm actually going to be, I'm putting out a relationships video this week, sacred relationships video, and that's kind of like your work with the inner child is so important in creating and attracting and creating that sacred relationship to show up in your life. So stay tuned for that one coming out. I'm going to try and get it out really soon. So just one card on that Queen of Cups. Let's just take one card on that Queen of Cups. Why not? In reverse. Ooh. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, there's instability. There may be a breach of trust that happened in the past with the inner child that is rooted in this program, which causes that sadness, that disconnection, like a sense of loneliness, like not having that heart fulfilled. So there's something there. There's something there that's really trying to come to the surface for you, water signs. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. If you really resonated with this reading and you want a deeper read, all that information to book your own personals in the description below. Water signs, I love you so much and have a wonderful last half of Feb.